Good afternoon, YouTube. So I got a call earlier today if I can go out and give a quote. Pretty much, you guys can see the property. I kind of recorded it and kind of gave you guys my 2 cents and my thinking once I finished talking to the client. But in this video, I kind of wanted to talk about how you should stop allowing your clients to run your business for you. And when you first start off, you're gonna, a lot of us, including myself, will allow these clients to run our business for us, meaning like they pretty much dictate how often they want the property service. So they'll tell you, oh, I want you to come out every 3 or 4 weeks, and they'll kind of like set their prices. They're like, I can pay you X amount of money. I only want you to come out every 3 or 4 weeks. I need to be home when you come and service my property. So you need to text me a day before, and you need to text me like 20 minutes before you arrive. So I can make sure, she's home and she's aware that, or they're aware that they're home. And you can kind of get a sense of how the quote went. But pretty much, I'll stitch that quote right now. So I just got a call, or I got a call this morning if I can come out and give a quote. So when I started talking to the lady, she started showing me her property, and it's a big property. It's like an acre, and you can tell that no one has serviced it within the last 3 to 4 weeks. And pretty much she's just tired of her lawn guy, which is her neighbor, because he's not consistent. He uses a push mower and he has to do it in sections, and the list goes on and on and on. And I told her that I would give her, that I would walk the property, and that I would shoot her a quote this evening. But it's very important for you to kind of like screen your clients, especially when you first meet them, so that you can build, or you can set your standards or set your policies or your rules or whatever, how you run your business. So before I left, I was like, well, just a heads up, this is how I run my business. And pretty much I told her I bill at the beginning of the month, and we go out bi-weekly from March till November. And come December, January, February, like winter, it's optional. For those 3 months, you can kind of like opt out. And she just kind of like started shaking her head. She didn't say anything, but just her nonverbal communication, I can tell that she just wasn't liking what I was saying. And right away she was like, well, my current lawn guy only comes out like every 3 or 4 weeks, but he's just not consistent, and he has to take breaks, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, you're paying for what you're getting. I was like, with us, I have an employee. We're here every 2 weeks. And she was like, well, what if I want to stop using your services come October? And I was like, that's fine, ma'am. I don't do contracts. That way, if I don't like my client, or if it's not working out for me, I can end services, and then vice versa. If they don't like my services, they can cancel their services at any time. But I did tell her, but come next year, if you reach out back to me, I'm going to say no, because you are taking a slot in my schedule. I can only fit X amount of people before I'm fully booked, and you're taking one of those slots away from me. So, I told her that I'll shoot her a quote, and we'll, that I was going to walk the property, and you can see that's where the property ends. But it's a big property. I'm thinking easily like, $125 a visit. But as I was saying, but I really don't think she's going to go for it. It is what it is. She's looking for, a chuck in a truck, basically. And she was complaining about her neighbor who is currently doing it. But as I said, like, he's only doing it in sections, because I guess he has a push mower and her property's so big and he's not consistent. And right away I was like, honestly, ma'am, you're paying for what you're getting. And she was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, I don't know. It just it upsets me a little bit, because she's used to treating a lot of yard people like this. And when she meets someone like me, she's kind of like shocked, like, no, I don't want your business. If that's the type of lawn care provider that you are looking for, that's not me anymore. But when I first started, that was definitely me. I had a handful of clients when I first started that I did everything for them. They were like, hey, text me a day before. Okay. Oh, hey, text me when you're on your way. Okay. Hey, skip us today. Okay. And then eventually you hit that breaking point where you're like, F this, like, screw it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the headaches. The money's decent. I guess if you're comparing it to like what you're making hourly, yes, the money's still good. But from a business perspective, you're going to go out of business if you continue to go this route, or you're just going to get stuck in this what is it, in this stage where you're never going to grow. You're never going to be able to afford a nice car or a nice truck, a nice trailer. You're never going to be able to upgrade your equipment and your mowers. You're never going to be able to grow if you don't let go of these clients. And I'm sure we all have a few clients that were like, that when you show up to the property, you just dread doing the property, or as soon as you write it on your schedule, you're like, we got to do this property tomorrow. Once you hit that point, you should just let them go, because it's bringing out these emotions for a reason, and you know that at the end of the day, you are shortchanging yourself. So you definitely want to let go of these clients. And if you are starting out and you're like, I can't afford to lose this client, Manny, I get it, because I was there too. Make a list. I've said this before. When you sign up 2 clients, drop that one bad client, and to the point where you no longer have bad clients. And then when you get to my point where you kind of like, when you go for a quote and you're kind of like screening these potential clients, you can automatically be like, nope, I don't want to deal with them. And if I am going to deal with her, I'm going to shoot her a crazy price. I might just go 135 or 125, 140. I don't know, because it's a big property and I can already kind of like see the headaches that it's going to come with. But that's why I told her I bill at the beginning of the month, and for new clients, that's what I'm doing. And it's going to steer some clients away, like this one. Like, as soon as I said it, like, I can just tell like her whole mood change. She was kind of shocked of what I was telling her. And right away, she's like, well, I only need to be serviced till October. And I was like, that's fine. But come 2026, I'm not going to add you back to my schedule. But anyways, let's, as I was saying, anyways, I got a flat the other day, and it was like a wire that got stuck like somewhere here. And when I took it out, I couldn't hear the air coming out. Like, I added like the soap water and I couldn't figure it out. So you definitely need like an air pump. So I filled this guy up yesterday at 13.5. I'll put a screenshot of this air pump. I think it was like $20 or $30. It can fill up your mowers probably like 2, maybe 3 times before it dies, and it's rechargeable. So it's 12.5. So I lost 1. So it's super small, and that's why I can't figure out where it's coming from. But I got this guy. It's gonna be my first time trying it, so I'll give you guys an update in the next day or 2 if the tire pressure continues to go down. But let's go figure this out. All right, so after watching a quick video, pretty much the slime comes with a cap. So you want to take out the cap, which is this guy, and you want to connect it to your tire. It's important to make sure that the valve is on the top right, and the cap that comes with the slime, you actually use it and you turn to the left, and it takes out this guy. So once you finally take it out, all the air, it's going to come out. It comes with a little tube. You connect it to this guy, and it tells you in the back how many ounces you need. So it has a little mower here, so it says 8 ounces. Again, it has how much per tire, so how many ounces. So for a lawnmower, 8 ounces, and on the side comes with the measurement, so 8 ounces. So that would be 8 ounces. So let's see. So you can see right there that it's going in. So I will say it's a little hard to figure out exactly how much is left or how much you pour in. So you kind of have to like feel it, but I think I did enough. And then with the cap, you just reseal this guy. Oops, sorry. Yeah, with the cap, you just twist right, bam, easy. I think it was like 12 bucks. So it should fix it, because I know this leak is super tiny. Another cool thing about this pump is that you can kind of like program it to what PSI you want. So you can't really see it, but there's a sticker right here that says PSI 10. just switch it. There you go. Boom. As I was saying, but I really don't think she's gonna go for it. And then honestly, that's what's gonna happen with these new guys, including her neighbor. Like, they don't have the right equipment. It's now starting to get pretty hot. You know, we're reaching the mid 80s, and it's only gonna get worse. All these guys that are underbidding themselves, all these guys that are allowing these clients to run their business for them, they're gonna get to that point where they're like, screw this, I'm done push mowing this huge property and only charging them probably like $80 or $70 or whatever. And you know, and they only let me come out when they want to. And that's what those were the vibes that I got from her. Was she wants to run my business for me, and I'm just not there anymore. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'll shoot you a quote, we'll go from there. I'll just walk your property real quick. But you know, she'll find someone. There's a lot of lawn guys out there, you know, and she'll find someone, you know, that will fit, you know, what she's looking for, that will check off, you know, what she wants. Come every 3 to 4 weeks, and then come October, bye. You know, I don't care about your bills. I don't care about your business. I don't care about your employees. I don't care about your family. You know, and maybe he'll take them back next season, but eventually that person is going to be like, screw this person, screw them. You know, I'd rather go find someone that can truly afford this luxury, because this is a luxury. You know, we're out here, you know, dehydrated, working our asses off, working long hours, you know, and they don't want to pay. You know, they want to set up their own prices for us and whatnot. Bam. The only bad thing is because it's a small air pump. It takes a while, so this probably took like a good 10 minutes for it to fill up. But you know, for emergencies, it works great. And I just filled up the other one. That one was at 8.5, so hopefully that one doesn't have a small leak either. But I'll keep an eye on it. But anyways, I gotta clean my deck, because with all the rain we've been getting, I know it's caked down there, which will affect your cutting. It might not be leveled. You might leave some streaks. So if your mower is acting up, or if it's not cutting correctly, it's either not leveled. So check your tire pressure, or check your blades. Are they sharpened, or have you sharpened them? And then check your deck. Is it clean, or is it if it's piled? You know, if you have a lot of grass and clippings down there, you know, it's gonna give you some issues. But anyways, that's it for this video. Like, subscribe. Peace.